World AIDS Day, saving lives, a new charity, worthy cause, fantastic new initiative, and Dr. Stephen Taylor is heavily involved with it. Well, he's not so much heavily involved with it as very much you've started up the charity. It's great to hear a tremendous project, and I know you're delighted to be here at Aston Villa's training HQ Bodymoor Heath today.
Well, being a Villa fan, I couldn't really be happier to tell you the truth. And Stiliyan Petrov's agreed to be the patron of football saving lives. So again, I'm made up. But let me tell you a little bit about it. So in the UK, there are now, by next year, there'll be over 100,000 people living with HIV in the UK. And what's really scary is the fact that 1 in 4 of those people will not know that they've got HIV. And so if you think about that, that means that they can't access life-saving treatment, and they can potentially infect their sexual partners. So, what we're trying to do is to raise awareness, is we're trying to normalise HIV testing. So it's just like any other blood test. If you go to your GP, have a test. If you're offered one, please accept it. We're trying to get away from the stigma, that it was back in the early 80s. Now HIV is a treatable condition with a normal life expectancy if you're diagnosed early. Now the trouble is, 50% of people at the moment are diagnosed late, when they should have already started treatment. Their immune systems are very badly damaged, and those are the people that are still dying of HIV today in the UK.
A lot of people ask you to get behind charities, don't they? And ask about how you can lend your name to them. Why do you feel so passionately about this one?
I feel because I know Stephen for quite a while, and I know about his work. He's been out a few times here, and he's been talking about that. I know how hard he's been working, and he tried to get one message across to people. He just tried to explain how important is HIV, and especially when he gave me the numbers on my country. I wasn't very. I was a little bit shocked, and I went, listen, I'll try to help. I'll try to speak with the club, see if we can help her, because I think the best publicity, the best message to get across people is through football. It's televised all over the world. So if I can help her, I'll be willing to help. They've put a lot of work behind it. They couldn't see a breakthrough, and it's something that we try to get across.
Once a year, World AIDS Day, December the 1st, I get wheeled out, to say my bit. It's not enough. It really isn't enough, because we need to be having a presence all the time, and very often, not the right people aren't getting the message. So by involving football clubs, we are potentially reaching a huge audience that potentially would not hear these health messages. So we're at the game on Saturday, and that's going to be, probably go worldwide, I imagine. Yeah. And the players are wearing their Saving Lives t-shirts for the warm-up, which is just phenomenal. And if the message just gets out to a few people who have put themselves at risk in the past, to encourage them to go and get tested, and even if we diagnose just 1 or 2 people, we will have saved their lives. So thanks for the club for that, and for getting involved, and Stiliyan particularly.
You just saw the numbers, and you were shocked by yourself. It's really frightening how we don't pay attention to things like that, and things that can help young people, because that's where the biggest problems they're saying is at the moment. And he just explained to me, if a player, in case a player have something like that, it can reflect on his career, on his fitness as well, and it's just frightening. And that's why I agreed to become a part of it. Even to become a patron of this. Players can get the messages across very easily. Like Stephen said, if you need to run a campaign like that, he was gonna money that need to be spent for that campaign is going to be millions. And what we've done here, a few cameras, one player, and you can get and one club can get this message across to all over the world.
In some parts of central Birmingham, the figures are as high as 1 in 250 of the population. Now that's quite high. Yeah. And as I said, if you don't know that you've got it, then you can have it for 3 to 10 years without knowing. You become sick, and how many people could you potentially have infected? If we get you on therapy, it's life-saving. And if you go to our website, which is www.savinglivesuk.com, You can watch all the YouTube videos on there, and hopefully we'll put this one on there too, so people can catch up on it. And if you want to donate to the awareness raising, you can also do that on the site as well.
Stephen's a top man, isn't he? You've got to take your hat off to him.
Yes, he's worked really hard. Like I say, I know what he's done. You know how hard he's worked, and I know how much time he's sacrificed from the family and tried to make things better for other people, which is great to see people like that. And I'm happy that I can help him and to be part of it.
Because it's a worldwide issue, isn't it? Not just here in the UK. You're back in your native Bulgaria, all over the world.
Like you say, it's not just in Europe; it's all over the world. And like you say, if you could get things started, you know, if it's just a little message that can make things better for millions, will be great.
How pleased are you that Stiliyan is getting right behind this project?
Should I jump around a little bit? No, I'm just, it's just absolutely fantastic. And, and what was great was, I've asked players if they would mind being advocates. And some have said yes. And Stiliyan actually put himself forward and said, I'll wear the band, and he wore it, I think the game against Sunderland, I think it was. And I nearly fell off my chair when I saw that. Small gestures like that from a very... a really important figurehead can actually mean an awful lot. So I am absolutely delighted. He's a great guy.